You're very beautiful, Kirsty.
Kirsty, Daryl. Fancy seeing you here.
Hi, Jenny. Would you like to come in for a coffee?
No, thanks. I've got a really early start.
Well, thanks again.
Good night, Kirsty.
You couldn't be more wrong about Daryl.
Oh, sure. So what happened?
Look, just because he's suave and good-looking doesn't mean anything had to happen.
How was your date last night?
It was fine, thanks.
Kirsty, I can't get you off my mind.
Really?
I've got to see you.
Okay.
You will? Well, that's great. I'll pick you up on Friday.
You don't expect me to sign this.
As an indication of good faith.
Whose? Certainly not yours. If Chris and I separate, I'd get a lump sum and he'd get custody of the children.
Calm now, Alison.
Oh, and I wouldn't get to use the Warner name. Naturally.
Well, there's nothing to be indignant about. It's merely a legal...
That's an insult. You're suggesting that I'm more interested in the Warner family name and the money than I would be in my own children.
Not at all.
That's what it says.
You're being naive.
Ah. First of all, I'm in for the family money, and now I'm being naive. It's a wonder you allow me to marry Chris at all.
Yes, well, that's not something under my control.
Bad luck, Sir Bruce. I'm not going to sign.
I thought you were sensible enough to see the value of a positive understanding with your future father-in-law. Apparently not. Margot, I'll leave this with you. We're going.
Why?
I was just going to open the port. You can't be tempted.
No, thank you.
Come and see me again soon, Alison. I want to show you off to my friends.
I'd like that.
That was a lovely meal, thank you. Chris is more fortunate than he deserves.
Bye, Mum.
We'll talk again. Chris?
Bye, Dad.
Goodbye.
Well, that went better than I expected. The old man can be quite civilized when it suits him.
So why'd you take him back then?
I thought he'd changed. I thought it was worth a second chance.
Did he beat you up before? When I was a kid?
Not in front of you. He picked his moments.
But I never saw you with any bruises or anything.
You probably didn't realise. What I couldn't hide, I got very inventive about explaining. Still am.
So why'd you put up with it?
Good question. I loved him.
How could you?
Odd as it may sound, it wasn't really that difficult. After the violence had happened, he'd be so sorry. So shocked at what he'd done, he'd do almost anything to make up for it. Life could be very sweet when your father was apologetic.
Yeah, but if you knew he was going to bash you again, well, I just can't work out why you stayed.
I was brought up to be a wife and a mother, Nick. And I thought a son needed a father.
You're not blaming it on me.
No, love, no, of course not. Him for the beatings and me for putting up with them. Oh, that's why I'm going to start up
Well,
again.
he's not going to get away with it. I'll show him what it's like.
No, Nick.
Why not? He deserves it.
You don't. If you hit him because he hit me, that's violence breeding violence. I don't want you to end up like your father.
I wasn't laughing at you, honest. It's just a funny name, Peaches. I guess Slippers is too, come to think of it. But if you won't tell us who you really are... Look, you fancy a cup of tea? Oh, get us both one, okay?
Settled down yet?
Very. Getting really worried. She's gone very quiet.
Better than having her racing around the clinic impersonating everyone.
Yeah, well, she came up with another one a while ago. You ever heard of Peaches McGee?
No.
She reckons that's her name. Says she was a blues singer. Really famous. What's odd is, you know, When we tell her she's not the same person she claims to be, she drops it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she didn't this time. Kept insisting. Maybe she's telling the truth.
Oh, I doubt it. But we'll give the police the name, see if it means anything to them.
Okay. Oh, and when can we have someone to come in and do the psychiatric assessment?
You know what the system's like. It could be days before she's seen.
Well, couldn't we bring in a private consultant? I mean, if Dr. McKenna approves the costs.
Do you really think that's likely?
Oh, don't grope me.
I thought a fiancé was entitled to one good grope a day.
Yeah, it's not on my contract.
What?
You expect me to take you on trust, even when you stretch it to the absolute limits, right?
I thought we sorted all this out.
So why can't you do the same for me? Marriage is about loving someone so much that you want to make a public commitment.
Right.
I'm so stupid. I should have realised that love, honour and obey wasn't watertight enough for the Warner clan.
Ellie, what are you talking about?
What do you think? Your stupid, precious prenuptial agreement.
What agreement?
The one that your father passed me while you sloped off to hide. Did you really think he'd intimidate me to sign it? Or were you just too much of a coward to suggest it yourself?
Hey, wait a minute. If my father has cooked up some set of rules and regulations about our marriage, it's got nothing to do with me. I don't want this any more than you do.
Well, there's no Peaches McGee on the police missing persons file.
Hardly surprising. Try social welfare.
I already have.
And?
Never heard of her. She just doesn't exist.
Chance would be a fine thing.
Messages, Marge?
Ah, yes. You've been very popular this morning.
There you go.
Michael, I want a word with you about Slippers.
Slippers?
Our mystery patient.
Oh.
Would you approve a private psychiatric consultant?
She insured?
Well, how would I know? She doesn't. She's totally disoriented. That's the whole point.
Look, I'm just as anxious to see her transferred as you are. She's taking up valuable bed space. But we'd have to absorb the cost of a private consultant, and on balance, I don't think it's economic.
Of course not. On balance.
I'll look in on her. And if I think I can justify the assessment...
Do it soon, please.
As soon as I've returned these calls.
Slow down, Kirsty.
Sorry I was so long, Madge. It was a bit cute at the dry cleaners.
Oh, pretty dress. You going somewhere special?
Just dinner.
Same chap as last time? Getting serious, is it?
Shortland Street A&E. Can I help you? Good meeting?
Long. Could you start teeing up these calls for us now, thanks?
Sure.
Still painful, huh?
A bit. I can put up with it.
Not much else you can do with broken ribs.
Guess not.
Hone showed me the x-rays.
They're private. He had no right to.
Yes, well, he didn't know we'd been told different versions of the accident. We're just concerned about you, Jen.
Well, thank you, Michael, but it's not necessary. I'm fine.
How's Nick coping?
He's confused. He'll miss his father.
Well, if there's anything I can do, you want some time off, whatever, just...
Who do you want to talk to first?
You choose.
Ali, a prenuptial agreement isn't the worst thing in the world. Oh, so you're saying I should promise to give up my kids before I've even had them? What, are you planning on divorcing Chris before you've even married him? No. Well, then. These sort of arrangements weren't around much when my generation married. Might have saved an awful lot of heartache if they had been. Yeah, but if you're going to split, it's going to be awful anyway. True, but the longer it goes on, the worse it is for everyone concerned. Do you remember Kathy Waters? Yeah. Her parents fought over her custody for 2 years. Must have been a terrible strain on Kathy. Yeah, okay. Their farm had been in her mother's family for 3 generations. And when the divorce finally went through, it had to be sold for the property settlement. Well, and you're saying none of that would have happened if they'd signed a prenuptial agreement? Probably. Kathy and her mother might have been protected. The same as Sir Bruce is trying to protect Chris now. So you think I should just give in and sign and let Sir Bruce have his own way about the settlement, about the custody, or about the whole lot? Not at all. You're much smarter than that. Now you eat your lunch.
Hello, loves. Got a kiss for Gran? Ages since I've seen you.
Madge, we only saw you a couple of nights ago.
Oh, Kirsty, do you know Diane, Daryl's wife?
Hi. Hello. Kirsty, you're the girl that Daryl's been seeing lately. Well, he's told me all about the aloe vera cream you're making. Oh.
And this wee angel is Melissa, Daryl's daughter.
Hi, Melissa.
Hello, Kirsty.
And this is Robert, Like a nurse?
No thanks, I'm not much good with babies.
Oh, hardly a baby anymore, is he? Be time to start another one soon, Diane.
It's just as well I like kids. Daryl had his way, I'd be barefoot and pregnant till I was 50.
Well, you know what they say. Kiddies are the cement in the cracks of marriage.
Marge, where'd you get that one from?
Well, you know what I mean. A marriage with children is a strong one.
Right. Let's go to lunch.
OK. See you in about an hour, Kirsty.
Nice meeting you, Kirsty. You too. Marge, why did you insist on me bringing the kids today?
Oh, let's just say I believe in keeping the family together.
Nothing for me, thanks. I have a meeting across town in half an hour.
I'll have a burger and a coffee, thanks, Gina.
Sure.
I assume your fiancé insisted on this meeting?
No, it was my idea. But Alison is upset at the suggestion of a prenuptial agreement.
Yeah, she made that amply clear last night. One wonders why she's so opposed.
One wonders why you find it necessary, especially since I don't.
Chris, Alison is a very charming young woman. But in terms of this family, she's an unknown quantity. I don't want any of us, you included, made vulnerable to her. I'm being practical, not intentionally offensive.
I love Alison and I trust her.
Fine. My bank manager trusts me, but he wants certain guarantees before he'll hand over any cash.
I'm not talking about a corporate takeover. I'm talking about a marriage.
Which is about responsibility. Financial, emotional, parental, you'd concede that?
Yeah.
A prenuptial agreement formalizes that responsibility. But to put it in simple terms, it's rather like buying a car. You're committed to the repayments. She looks after the after-sales service. Everyone knows where they stand.
Still here. It'll be afternoon tea soon.
It wasn't my fault, Marge was
Oh, relax. I'm not doing a robo-nurse. I know Marge was late back from lunch. Oh, did you meet Diane?
Yes, I did. It was a bit weird having her come in when I'm working with Daryl.
Oh, don't see why it should be. I mean, as long as it's a business friendship.
Oh, yes, we're just having another dinner to discuss marketing. No, it's not just another dinner, it's a date.
Oh, Kirsty.
I know, he's married. But it's not like we're doing anything. I don't want to break up his marriage or take him away from his kids. It's just fun. Nobody's going to get hurt. Okay, except maybe Diane or me.
What made you decide to go out with him?
I don't know, I just wasn't thinking. I mean, he rang up and asked, and I was so surprised that he was interested in me. I just said yes.
And now you've had a chance to think about it?
Yeah. I should cancel, shouldn't I?
There's the phone.
How was lunch with Irene?
Good.
I saw my father.
Did you?
I spoke to him about the agreement.
Read this.
Oh, it is ruin, there is reason, and where there's soul, I'll be there too. For I am looking for that feeling I found with you. Hey, if you're cold, I'll change the season, and for your soul, I'll be there too. For I am looking for that feeling I found, that feeling I found, that feeling I found with you. You liked it?
I bought your album for just that number.
My album?
Yeah, I've been a fan since about 15, but I never thought I'd get to hear you live. Peaches McGee. What are you doing in my clinic?
Hi, Mum. Have a seat.
Thanks for coming.
I seem to spend more time on your personal affairs than I do on my own business just lately.
Yes, nice to see you again so soon.
Alison's reconsidered the prenuptial agreement.
Oh, have you? Perhaps you'd like to make coffee, Margot.
No, not yet, please.
Well, you've signed the agreement?
And perhaps you'd like to check.
You've made changes.
If Chris and I should separate, we will share custody of any children.
But the lump sum was contingent on Chris having sole custody.
I've relinquished all claim to personal support.
Though, of course, I provide for the kids.
I see.
And use of the Warner name.
Is not going to be a problem.
Indeed.
Yes, I kind of like the idea of keeping my surname even after we're married.
Well done, Alison.
I hope you're pleased.
Well, I can't say that I am. Allowed your girlfriend to get away with rather a lot, haven't you?
Ali and I are a team, Dad. We plan to be one for the rest of our lives. You wanted a prenuptial agreement. You got it on our terms. You're just going to have to accept it.
What, no bags? Good thinking. Pick them up on the way, eh?
I'm not going with you.
You're not? Why's that? Your mum's been getting at you, hasn't she?
Talked about it, but I made up my own mind.
You sure? I mean, it's only a few months till your 16th birthday. Shoot off then, Jen couldn't stop
Look, I want to stay here, okay?
All right. There's always the school holidays. Come down then. Yeah, well, take care, mate. Don't let Jen hassle you, eh? I mean, you know, women always making a big deal out of nothing.
A couple of broken ribs isn't nothing.
You must think I'm the worst bastard in the world. So what have you been doing? You're living in the city?
You could say that. I've got a room in a boarding house. Boring as all hell. Full of people that nobody cares about anymore.
Apparently you were a bit disoriented when you came in. Does that happen often?
I've been around the bend for years. Artistic temperament, they reckon.
Oh, I see you two have met at last.
Yes, and I got to say I'm appalled at my staff's ignorance.
I beg your pardon?
This is Peaches McGee. She is one of the blues greats.
Make that was, lovey. Worse luck.
Thought I'd get Dr. Chatham to recommend somewhere a little more comfortable for Miss McGee.
What about the Economic Balancing Act, Michael?
Yes, well, I'll deal with that. Peaches deserves the best. She's a celebrity.
She is now.
Minus tax.
Hi, have you seen Kirsty?
Unlike some of us, her day's finished when her shift's over. I think she's gone home.
Well, you don't know if she had a date or anything?
I don't think so.
Thank God.
That was heartfelt.
Yeah, well, I don't like the guy she's been going out with.
I wouldn't worry about it too much if I were you.
You don't know the guy. He treats girls like garbage. I want to stop her from getting hurt.
Look, I don't think you can. What I mean is, people have to make their own mistakes.
But the guy's a creep. He's only going to use her and then he's going to dump her. I mean, she's going to end up feeling so rotten about herself.
Yeah, I know all about that.
You do?
Women are fools about men. Nature's way of ensuring the survival of the species, I guess. We let them do the most outrageous things. Cheat, lie, inflict all sorts of pain. Then we forgive them. And then they do it again and we forgive them again.
Hey.
Which isn't to say that all men should be shot. There are some very nice ones. Look, if Kirsty is involved with a rotter, there's no point in you telling her about it. She'll ignore you unless you've got proof. And even then.
Do you like the wine?
Yes, it's very nice.
Young, yet mature. Soft, yet full-bodied. It's very beautiful.
Listen,
You're blushing. Am I embarrassing you?
just a little bit.
I'm sorry. It's just, it's been a very long time since I've been out with a woman. I guess I'm a bit out of practice. I just want you to like me.
I do.
Kirsty, you're a very special person. You're bright, attractive, and fun. And I can talk to you.
I like being with you too.
Oh, God, listen to me. I sound like some sort of bad romantic novel. It's just, I'm trying to find the words to let you know that you make me feel really special. Oh, God, there I go again. You're going to have to help me out here, or I'm going to make a fool of myself in public.
I think maybe we should go.
Not only beautiful, but a mind reader.
Mum? Hannah, you here? Look, Lise, something I've got to ask you, huh? It's about you and Daryl. I've got to tell somebody. There's this girl. She's just a friend, Kirsty. Because she's getting sucked in like you did. I thought, well, if I told her about what happened with you and Daryl, how he treated you, about the baby and everything, then I could make her realise. Because it's the only way I can think of. Please, Lisa, you don't want him to do that to anybody else, do you?
Well, thanks for dinner. It was really nice. Don't, please.
Oh, Kirsty, I've been a perfect gentleman all night, haven't I? Eh? Now, surely I deserve a reward, eh?
I should have said something earlier. I'm sorry.
Kirsty, I've wanted you ever since I first saw you.
You're married. I don't think we should.
Yeah, you knew that. It doesn't matter, eh? It
Don't,
doesn't.
please.
Is it you or is it me? Lately I've been lost, it seems. I think a change is what I need. If I'm looking for a chance or a dream, Shortland Street. Taking time to hold my place. Yesterday's another race, just living for the times we've seen. When the writing on the wall says I'll be Shortland Street. If you want to find a way of searching for another world, it's hard to see. Shortland Street.
Shortland Street was made with the help of your broadcasting fee, so you can see more of New Zealand On Air.